Okay, good. So wherever you are, let your eyes close. And we'll take a hand to the heart and a hand to baby. Just starting to settle down. Allow yourself mentally to come to your practice, starting to let the noise of everything else in your life quiet down. And with that hand to baby and hand to heart, see if you can feel that connection with your baby growing inside, welcoming them to this practice with you as you both take some time to care for yourselves and to connect with each other. And think about your hips getting nice and heavy into whatever you're sitting on. Allowing some length to start to grow in the low back. Allowing your pelvis and your belly to be soft. And then imagine as if you can walk up your spine, that your vertebrae lengthen one by one through the low back, through the mid back, through the upper back. If your shoulders feel rounded, just inviting them to come back and down. And feeling that length grow up through the neck, all the way up through the crown of the head. Good. And here I'd invite you to set an intention for your practice today. So if there's something in particular that you would like to focus on the mat and something you'd like to bring with you through the rest of your day, just think about that now. Good. And on the next inhale, letting the eyes slightly open, we can release the hands. So for our pranayama today, our breath work, we're going to do what's called alternate nostril breathing. This is really nice in the spring. I don't know if you have any allergies going on right now.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, with all the trees blooming, I definitely do as well.
Yeah,
So
it usually works, and I'm not
yeah,
allergic.
yeah, right. So this is helpful for kind of clearing the nostrils. It's also really helpful if you're dealing with any stress or anxiety and just need to chill. And come the summer months, especially as your body grows and your temperature starts to rise, this can be very helpful for cooling the body down.
That'll be helpful.
So you're going to take your right hand, and there are two different ways to do this. You can either take your first two fingers and curl them into the palm, which is how I like to do it, or you can place them on the third eye. And we're going to be covering one nostril at a time with the thumb and the ring finger. I know the names of my fingers. So you can go ahead and get your hand in the right position. And then we start by covering the right nostril with the thumb. We take a nice deep breath through the left nostril. Then we pinch, pause, and then exhale through the right nostril. Inhale right. Pinch, exhale left. Inhale left. Pinch, exhale right. Inhale right. Pinch. Exhale left. So you'll continue to follow this pattern, going at your own pace. If you get stuck, you can watch me. And just remember, you're always inhaling the same nostril you exhaled from. Keep going. Seeing now if you can lengthen the inhales and the exhales. And seeing if you can notice the pause at the top and the bottom of the breath. So we think of the breath as 4 parts. It's the exhale and pause, the inhale and pause. And I like to metaphorically link that to birthing, because we always have the action of those powerful surges and then the pauses in between. So in yoga, we focus on noticing and appreciating the pauses as much as we notice the action. Good. One more time each side. And the next time you exhale through the right nostril, you can lower the hand and breathe normally. Noticing any shifts and changes that come from just sitting and focusing on breath. And with alternate nostril breathing specifically, you may notice that you're breathing more at an even pace, evenly through each nostril. Great, and on your next inhale, letting the eyes open. Good. All right, so let's just start taking some shoulder rolls. Back and down. Good. Yeah, right, do you hear those crunches?
Oh, yeah.
Good, and then we'll bring in some arm movement. So we'll inhale one arm back, and then the next. It can be really nice to have your gaze following your fingers. Great. And then the next inhale brings both arms up. We're going to interlace fingers, flip the palms, look down, drop the hips so your back is nice and long, and then drag those arms behind you, like you're pulling your hands back and down. Good. Great. On an inhale, look up. Keep the mouth closed to stretch the front of the neck. Exhaling down. We'll just take this a couple times. So at your pace, inhaling up. And down. Last time, up and down. Good. We're going to lower the hands now, interlace behind the low back, pulling down. And this time we're going to look left and right. So just following your breath as you move from side to side. Good, and then releasing the hands, shaking it out. Shaking the arms, shaking the shoulders. Let the head go and shake it out too.
Oh, so much popping and cracking.
Right. Me too. Me too, girl. Cool. So you can remove whatever you're sitting on here. And we're going to first just let the legs come out and just shake them out a little bit because we've been in that one seated position for a while. Let's get some blood back in the legs. Good. And then we're going to bring the feet nice and wide here. Hands are behind you for support. We're going to inhale, find some length. So draw the shoulder blades closer together as you lift your spine long. And then on an exhale, dropping the knees to one side. So we're going to windshield wiper here. So we inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. So keep going side to side. Good. And the next time you land on a side, just hang out there. Depending on how your hips feel today, this might be enough for you, but if you do want to take it further, you can bring the inside foot on top of that inside knee, and then breathe into that hip. And since I know that your shoulders are tight and mine are too, you may also feel this in your pecs as well. Great. Next inhale, we're going to take it to the other side. So we're going to bring those legs up and over. And either hanging out here if that is enough, or bringing that inside foot to the inside knee. And with all bodies, but especially in pregnancy, one side may feel very different than the other side. So never feel like you have to have a mirror image. Maybe one side, the foot feels good, and the other side, it doesn't. Deep breaths into that hip, into the pecs. Good. Next inhale, we're going to bring the knees back up. And we can go ahead and sit up here and just shake those arms out again. Yep.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
We're going to inhale, arms rise. As we exhale, we're going to take a nice open twist to one side. So hand comes to knee and the other hand reaches back. Your choice whether you want that back hand on the floor or if you want to have a wide opened palm reaching back. Just do whatever feels like more of an opener for you. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale, rise. Exhale, bring it over to the other side. Good. One more breath. And inhale to center. So we're going to come up on knees. And it's your choice here. I'm going to show you two ways to do it. So a lot of us, especially in pregnancy, the fascia on the bottom of the feet gets really tight. So it can be really nice to start like this, where you're on your toes. I say nice, it might not feel very nice at first, but it's really good for the body to help open up, because opening up the fascia in the feet actually opens up the connective tissue all through the back of the leg. So if you're having calf and hamstring pain, this can actually be really helpful.
Oh, I can.
So I'm going to say,
through my hamstrings.
You feel it through?
Yeah.
So hang out here until your body's like, and then you can go ahead and come down, okay? So I'm just gonna face you so you can see here. So once you're in this position, try to let the hips be heavy again. So we're trying to lengthen through the low spine, bringing that length up through the rest of the spine, shoulders come back and down. And now on an exhale, we're gonna let the head lower forward. And we're just gonna start rocking it side to side. So not full circles, just ear to ear, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Good. Next time your ears to one of your shoulders, bring that same side arm up, giving the head a little bit of extra weight, and then opposite arm can reach down away. Take nice deep breaths into where you feel that stretch. Good. On your next breath, releasing the hand, rocking the head over to the other side, bringing that same side arm up for a little weight. And we're not pulling on the head. That hand really is just giving some extra weight there. And then opposite arm reaches down and away from the body. Good. Deep breaths to open up all of that connective tissue through the neck and shoulder. One more breath. And releasing. Now let that head tip back to the other side. This time, have your gaze look a little bit up at an angle. We're going to bring that same side hand, bring it now to the forehead of the side that's looking up. A little extra weight there. That should change the part of the neck where you feel this. And again, that opposite arm can reach down and back. And you can play with the angle of the arm. You can even play with the angle of the hand, whether the palm is facing forward or towards the body. And just find, it's almost like playing little guitar strings in your neck. Just find that sweet spot where it starts to light everything up. One more breath. And then releasing that, rocking the head to the other side. Again, taking that little angle so you're looking towards the ceiling. Same side, fingertips come up to the forehead. Then we reach that opposite hand away. Again, taking that moment to let the hand go back and forth until you find, okay, where's that sweet spot? So for me, I really like bringing my thumb facing the back wall. But your body may feel different. Good. One more breath. And on an inhale, release. So we're going to come up onto knees now. And we're going to inhale, arms rise. Gaze rises, exhale, release, hands come back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back. One more time. Good. All right. So now we're going to inhale, and arms are going to be nice and wide. And we're going to take our left leg and bring it out. Lauren, can you tell me when I say left leg, does this look like a left or a right leg to you?
That's right to me.
All right. So I'm going to say, I'm going to switch so that I'm mirrored.
Okay.
With Zoom, I'm never quite sure if I'm mirrored or not. So you're taking your left leg out, and we're going to inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your right arm down and really reach up through that left arm. pressing down with your left foot. So left foot is flat on the mat. You're likely to feel this in the front of your hip flexor, but it really depends. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to rise. And now we're going to exhale the other side. And we're going to start to windshield wiper this. So we're going to inhale center. Exhale down. Inhale center. Exhale down. One more time, your pace. Good. Now the next time your right hand comes down, if you'd like to, you can stay here or challenge yourself a little bit by hugging baby in as you lift that left leg and just flex and point through the foot. You can even take some circles with the foot if your ankle is feeling tight. Nice. Great. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring that left knee down, and we should be on both knees again. Good. Taking it to the other side, bring the right foot out. We're going to What's that? We're going to inhale nice and wide. And as we exhale, that left hand's going to come down. Right arm is reaching up. And you can even lean back a little bit here. Pressing down with that right foot. And seeing if the front of that hip fires up a little bit. This is also so nice for, again, opening those pecs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. One more breath. Really reach. And then inhale, we rise. Great. So we're going to start that little seesaw action. So on your next exhale, right arm comes down, left goes up. Inhale through center and come on down. So follow your breath, your pace. Enjoying this little dance with baby here. And after you've done that a few times, we can pause in the center. And then we're going to bring that left hand down and either hang out here for another moment or hug baby in as we lift that right leg and start to flex and point the foot, maybe circling the ankle. Nice. And then we're going to bring that foot down and we're going to turn our body so the top hand is going to come down. Okay. And we find ourselves in our tabletop. So both wrists are down under shoulders, knees are under hips. Yep, you might need to reorient yourself to see the camera. Cool. So we're going to come right into our down dog. So you're going to curl right foot, left foot, bringing the hips high, and then start to pedal the feet out. This is the first time today we're really getting into the back of those legs. So really take your time to breathe one side at a time, saying, oh, hey, what's going on the back of the calves and the hamstrings? And as your belly starts to grow, you'll start taking down dog a little wider and a little wider. Some people even bring their feet totally off the mat, and that is fine. Cool. So we're going to slow down this pace and now bend the knees. And now we're going to really focus on our spine. So we bend the knees, we let the hips come back and up, almost as if someone was holding your hips and drawing them towards the wall behind you and towards the ceiling simultaneously. Pressing into the palms, you should feel lots of length now coming into the spine. Really common for our shoulders to want to jut forward, so think about those shoulder blades drawing back onto the ribs. Good. Lengthening the breath to help with this pose. And then when you feel nice and long in the spine, now you can start to lower the heels any amount. The goal is not for your legs to be perfectly straight or for your heels to reach the floor. I'm more interested in your spine staying long. So take a few nice deep breaths here in the nose, out the mouth, soft jaw. Remembering open jaw, open cervix. Good. On your next inhale, you're going to look towards your hands, and you can either come down to your knees or just step that right foot forward on the outside of the right hand. Okay. So the goal is that we're getting into a lunge position. Good. So left hand's going to stay down as you inhale, right arm high, nice open twist. And if this feels good, we're going to take that top arm, wrap it around the low back, opening up through that shoulder a little more. Good. Next inhale, arm comes back up. And as we exhale, that hand's going to come on the inside of the foot. So now we're going to shorten the stance. So the back foot's going to come in a little bit, flat on the floor at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to lengthen that front foot. You may need blocks here, and that is A-okay. So at this point, you're going to have your hands on either side of the foot just for some more stability.
All right.
How are you feeling so far?
Ooh, this is good.
Good.
This is very good.
And we want to lengthen in the spine to bring the crown of the head forward, nice long back. And then slowly, we're calming down a little bit more. So if you feel like your back is as long as it can be, you can go ahead and drop the head, drop the shoulders, deep breaths into the back of that leg. So staying here, or if you're starting to feel like, I can handle a little bit more, you can flex that front foot. Just showing that. Yeah, that adds that little, oh yeah, we're stretching.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do is like pull my toes up ever so slightly, and it's like, yeah, that's good.
And that's fine. One more breath here. Good. We're going to lower that front foot. And now we're going to take as many steps as we need to bring the back foot to meet the front, keeping them wide, at least hip distance. And again, as belly grows, you're going to keep them even wider. And just your favorite forward fold position. So you can have just your arms hanging out. You can hold on to elbows. You're probably still small enough that you can grab the back of your legs. Whatever feels good so far.
So far, but that's not going to be long.
Nope. And now we're going to take 3 of what I call flapping flat backs. Now, as you get larger, you may need to not flap. You may need to keep your hands on your body to support your low back. But for now, we're going to hug baby in. And then as we inhale, flat back, open the arms nice and wide. And exhale to fold. So 2 more of these. We inhale, hugging baby as we flap. And down. And 1 more. Good. Now bending the knees as much as you need to. If you're feeling wobbly at all, elbows can come to knees for a moment. And then on your next inhale with a flat back, we're going to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come through heart center, and we'll bring a hand to the heart and a hand to baby. And just let everything relax for a moment. Release the hips. Release the belly. Release the legs. Remember to appreciate the pause. Good. Next inhale, eyes open, arms rise. Exhale, flat back swan, diving forward. And now we're going to step back. And again, you can do this in as many steps as you want to find your downward facing dog. Good. So really reaching those hips, pressing through the hands and the feet. And a few nice big breaths here through the nose, out the mouth. Good. When you are ready, you're going to take that left foot and bring it to the outside of the left palm, maybe coming down on your knees to get there, maybe taking multiple steps. Just find what works for you today. We'll end up in a lunge, a nice wide lunge. We're going to press through the right palm as we inhale, left arm high, looking towards the fingers. And exhaling, bringing that hand right back down. Now we're going to shorten our stance, so we're going to bring that back foot forward a bit, placing it down at that 45-degree angle, grabbing those blocks as you need them, and straightening that front leg. So now let's think about our back here. So we want the back to be nice and long. So thinking about the hips being level, lengthening through the back, through the crown of the head, and then starting to lower like we're hinging. So keeping the back long, but hinging at the hips. When you find that sweet spot where you feel the back of the leg fire up, then you can let the head go and the shoulders go and round the spine. Nice deep breaths to help encourage the fascia, the connective tissue in the back of the legs to open. Good. And if you want that extra oomph, you could go ahead and flex that foot. It's like adding your sriracha sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. One more nice deep breath. And then you can lower the foot if it's flexed, looking forward towards the top of the mat. We're going to start to walk that back foot forward until our feet are paralleled, as wide as they need to be, so you feel nice and stable, and we forward fold. Again, taking whatever position feels yummy today. Letting the knees be soft, no need to lock the legs in. Good. After your next exhale, we're going to take 3 of those flapping flat backs, remembering to hug baby in as you come up. So as we inhale, we're going to hug baby, open our wings, exhale, fold. 2 more at your pace. Last one. And then bending the knees as much as you need. If you do get lightheaded standing, maybe taking a moment to bring the elbows to the knees. And then with a nice flat back, inhaling all the way up. Exhale, hands come through heart center, eyes close. And we bring a hand to the heart and a hand to baby. Coming back to that home base for a nice pause. Release the legs. Release the hips. Release the belly. Good, and on an inhale, letting the eyes open. So we're gonna do a balance today. Spring is nice for balancing. And for this, we're gonna do a simple one. We're gonna do tree pose. And depending on how you're feeling, it is a-okay to use the wall. So I'll actually start off with the wall, but it's up to you whether you want to use it or not. So if you are using a wall for tree, you can either just place a hand on the wall, or you can really lightly have your back up against the wall. This can be kind of nice because then you have the option of leaning a little bit forward and not having the support. But if you're feeling wobbly, you can just lean back. So pick which one works for you. And we're gonna start by letting all of the weight pour into the right leg. Now visually pick a drishti, a gaze point, so something that you can look at that's not going to move while you are moving. And if you're holding the wall, you're going to be like this, and you can have maybe a hand on baby, or if you're not using the wall, you can have your hands in prayer position. And there are 3 stages to tree, and you can choose which one you want to go for. So super, super basic, you can just have a heel up on your other leg. And that is great if that's your tree today. You can also bring the foot up so that the heel is underneath your knee. You just never want to press directly on your knee. Or if you want to take a full expression, you can bring the heel up to the, basically as far up the thigh as it can come. So once you've found your starting position, as you're ready, you're going to inhale and bring an arm up. If you're using the wall and you feel steady, you can bring the other arm up. And we just grow our branches. So this can mean anything. You might have a really simple, solid pose here. You might be grooving to the balance and want to let your limbs sway in the breeze. Just choose what feels good. And we help with this balance by remembering to press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. And we're hugging baby from our whole core, so not just through the belly, but around the side waist and around the low back. And then as you're ready, you can bring the hands down. You can bring that knee forward to reset the hip first, and then we bring the leg all the way down. How'd that go for you?
That felt really good.
Nice, cool. So we're gonna take it to the other side. I'm not going to use the wall for the other side because I don't want to have my back to you, but you are welcome to do it as you wish. So for this side, we're gonna start to pour the weight down into the left leg, almost imagining that you can grow roots out of that left foot. And find the foot position that works for you. So again, 1, 2, or 3. Find the hand position that works. So this time I'll start with my hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. And then looking at that drishti, that gaze point, use that to help you grow your branches. It's amazing what your body can do. And again, as a reminder to help with the balance, we press the foot into the leg into the foot, and we give baby a nice warm hug. And you can't see this, but I have a really nice view of a weeping willow in my backyard.
Ooh.
So I can kind of move my hands along without those branches. I love any excuse to bring nature into my yoga practice.
It is a wonderful excuse.
Mm-hmm. So then as you're feeling ready, you're going to bring the limbs back in. We want to square that knee first, so knee comes forward to reset the hip. We bring the foot back down, and we'll take a Tadasana here. Hands can either be by your side, or you can have a hand on the heart, hand on baby. Let the eyes close. Really let the thighs, the hips, and the belly go. Beautiful. As you're ready, inhaling, eyes open. And we're gonna do our little bit of pelvic floor here. So I'm gonna come down to a yogic squat. It's your choice whether you want to use blocks for this or not. So if you want more of that physical workout, you can just come on down. But if you want to chill, bring your block down, make sure it's on your sits bones nicely. Good. And if your hips are wider, you can always use 2 blocks. Great. So elbows come on the inside of the knees, giving a little bit of extra friction there. We're going to drop the hips so we're finding nice long length in the spine. And eyes can either stay open or closed, whatever helps you connect more. So you're going to start thinking about that pelvic floor area, the muscles starting at the perineum that help us stop urinating and pooping, and they rise all the way up to support all of the organs in our low belly, so especially the uterus. So on an exhale, we're going to go ahead and start to squeeze those muscles. And on an inhale, we're going to let them go completely. Exhale, we're bringing those muscles together and pulling up. Inhale, completely release. So following your breath, your pace. And if you're able to feel the layers and layers, you can think of it as an elevator going up, up, up on the exhale. And then all the way back down to the ground floor on the inhale. Good, one more. Nice, and then on your next inhale, allowing the eyes to open. And we're going to come into our restorative pose. So it's going to be a restorative reclined bound ankle or Supta Baddha Konasana. So you're going to take one of your yoga blocks, placing it where your head is going to be. And it can technically be at any height. So you've got small, medium, or large. I like mine at a medium, but you can play around with it. And then you're going to take your bolster and bring it down. Now, I know your bolster is shorter than mine, which is fine. You're going to maybe want another pillow under your low back, but it's up to you. What we're getting into here is I'm going to be bringing my sacrum to the bottom of my bolster and laying down. So since yours is a little shorter, your low back might be hanging out a little bit, so you might want another pillow underneath it. And then Lauren, do you have a strap or a belt around?
What do we have?
It's optional. You don't need it.
Yeah. Let's see. I do not.
Okay, no worries. I'm gonna showcase this just because other people are gonna be watching this at some point. So the strap is really just there as like an extra comfy thing that you can do, and it just goes around the low back and in front of your feet. So if you want to try this yourself at another time, it just kind of holds everything in so you can relax a little bit more. But wherever you are, you're going to bring the soles of the feet together, and then you're going to come down onto your bolster. So get yourself situated and then let me know if something doesn't feel right, and I can help you troubleshoot it.
Yep, this feels awesome.
Okay, cool. So this is a really nice one because you mentioned your neck and your shoulders were tight, and this really helps open up through the chest, and then simultaneously we're opening up through the hips, especially those hip flexors in the front that tend to get a little over anxious right now with the round ligaments kind of trying to hug everything in. So this kind of tells them it's okay to chill out for a little bit. So getting nice and cozy, letting your eyes close. And then we'll just quickly walk down the body, releasing here. So releasing the head, releasing the jaw, releasing the neck all the way from the top of the skull down to the shoulders. Releasing the weight of the shoulders. Letting the arms be nice and heavy. Releasing hands and fingers. Feeling open across the collarbones as the weight of your arms helps to open up in the pecs. Releasing in the upper back, in the chest, releasing through the ribs and the mid-back, letting the sternum be soft. And right around the sternum is the solar plexus, where we often hold emotions and anxiety, letting that soften as well. Releasing in the low back. Hips are nice and heavy. And letting the belly be nice and round and soft now. Plenty of room for baby to grow. Releasing the weight of the legs. Releasing through the feet and the toes. and the soles of the feet. Letting the whole body sink down. So you have a choice here. If this feels super yummy, just stay here. If you want to move into a more traditional Shavasana, you can actually just lengthen the legs here. And if you want some more comfort, you can place a bolster under the knees and maybe put a blanket over your body. So again, either hanging out right where you are, if that's where you want to be, or making adjustments so that you can be comfy and cozy for a few more minutes here of relaxing.
Okay, cat is not on blanket.
So once you're settled back in, just feeling that release through the whole body again. So let the weight of the body, the back body, from head to toe, sink down. And let the weight of the front of the body sink down through the back body, down into whatever you're lying on. Letting all expression fall from the face as your jaw is nice and soft. Surrender here. Let go. One more minute. What can you release? And allowing the breath to deepen. Nice inhales through the nose and out the mouth. Feeling baby rise and fall with your breath. And bringing in movement in fingers and toes. And wrists and ankles. It feels good taking a nice full body breath. Stretching it out. And then leaning over to one side. Maybe resting for a moment on your side. And we're going to come into a seated position. You can use your hands to help support your body as you rise, taking your time. And once you get there, you may want to prop yourself up again on a bolster, a pillow, or a block. Good. And we'll bring a hand to the heart and a hand to baby. Coming back to our intention. Feeling that connection, that closeness, as you honor this special time when you have two hearts beating in one body. And decide for yourself what from this practice you'd like to take with you today. And maybe there's still something you're holding on to that you'd like to let go of. And if there is, we'll do that through breath. So as you're ready, exhaling completely. And then nice deep inhale through the nose. Out the mouth, let go. We bring hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs graze the sternum, lightly bowing the head. We always give thanks first to ourselves for taking the time to honor our body, to relax our mind, because the more we can find time to care for ourselves, the more we can be loving and caring for those around us. Let's thank our baby for practicing with us. And lifting the gaze, thank each other with a namaste. Namaste.